Evening, folks, and welcome to the Toon Reviews Fan Forum, which is basically the Wembley Fan Forum today. It is Cup Final week, and we cannot bloody wait. Thank you to everybody for the feedback on the earlier premiere with Henry Winter that was recorded this morning. Great bloke, Henry Winter, and a very down-to-earth guy. Spot on. Really good, nice guy, easy to interview, and a pleasure to have on the channel. So thank you again to Henry for his time, because obviously a very, very busy man with the Champions League coming up and things like that. Super chat from Spike Milligan, straight off the belt, 20 quid. Thank you, Spike. He says, are we disappointed with the loss on Saturday? And you didn't read out my super chat on Friday. Well, I do apologise, Spike. You know I always read yours out. I must have just missed it somehow. Clive says, what does the panel think of Tottenham wanting Maxi for £60 million in the summer? I think it's a load of tosh, Clive, if I'm openly honest. Look, you'll get rumours going left, right, and centre at the minute, and you know, Billy Bollocks down the road will say anything. You know, it just let it be. Not you.
I mean, if anyone doesn't suit Conte's style of football, it's Maxi.
Absolutely,
that is true.
Yeah, he would absolutely. He would hate having Maxi as a player. So, nah.
I mean, I'd take 60 though. I love him, but I'd take 60 because we could buy a replacement which is a similar talent with more goal sort of guarantees for what 3 or 4 years younger as well. So like Diaby, for example, I'm sure he might even be 23 now, but he's 2 or 3 years younger for the same sort of price. So
yeah. Shamrock says, hey all, poor Nick Pope replaced already at the start. Well, yeah, because he's not playing, is he? So what's the point? I know I should have maybe put him in, but look, I went with who would be starting, and it's going to be Carrier. So as far as I'm concerned, it's
no Gillespie.
Absolutely not. I've done that intro for the start for the cup final. That's all it is. We'll change it in the future. Peter Dolan, thank you so much for £20 super chat. That is very kind. There is no comment there, but thank you very much. Remember, if you want your comment read out for certain, then the best way to do it is super chat, guys, because there's so many come in these days. It's impossible to read everybody's. Zishan, thank you for your £4.99 super chat. He says, our strikers aren't scoring. Our goalie is missing the final. And now our dogs are eating our tickets. Can anyone else go fucking wrong? Yeah, I felt for that guy. I mean, walking home to find his Carabao Cup final tickets, you know, ripped to pieces by his dog. I would have hung the dog on the washing line. I wouldn't really. I love dogs, by the way, before anyone comes at me, animal welfare and stuff. It's just a saying. Irani Granny says, Edge's theme music, that's definitely not copyrighted. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It just had a nice ring to it for the cup final on this day. You know, just the lyrics are there. If I get copyrighted, I'll just blot it out, you know, for afterwards. It's easily done. Arturo says, I'm going to Newcastle, 23rd of April. So happy to finally go to the sacred temple. Absolutely. It is a sacred temple.
It's a good day to go as well, St. George's Day, because, I mean, last time I was there on St. George's Day, got there about, I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and there were people absolutely hammered rolling around the curbs.
Yeah.
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I think there'll be people rolling around the curbs at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning in London, never mind after the game.
Yes, I think so too.
Spacebar said, great show with Henry Winter earlier. Thank you very much. Julie saying the same thing. Thank you, Julie. Hello, TTR and everyone in the chat. Carlos, good evening. We'll bring the rabble on in a minute. We'll have some usual rabble, and I can only describe him as, well, he won tickets to the semi-final of the Carabao. I can't explain this kind of guy, because he's a guy that turns up at your front door first thing in the morning, and you know, just doesn't doesn't announce that he's coming. You've arranged at a time, and then he comes 12 hours early. It's just ridiculous, but we'll bring them on in a minute. Geordie Howieman says, loving this media hype and Man U's confidence. Bigger they are, harder they fall. Mary says, back again in the no, Mary, what's going on with you? Who scored, Billy?
Darwin Núñez, strangely enough.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I didn't want them to win tonight.
Rotherham are beating Sunderland 1-0.
Oh, what a shame. Ian says he enjoyed Henry Winter's interview. Thank you. So did Geordie Boy. James says 60 million sold. KB says a very good evening to all. Hope you guys are well and cool. Jacka, evening team. Hope everyone's well. Nerves kicking in. You two, any nerves yet?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, let's not forget, I'm still unbeaten when I've seen them live. So
that's true. That is true.
Hopefully my record is not broken at a cup final. But
yeah,
because I've seen us obviously home and away, many different stadiums, and I've not seen us lose in the flesh. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
If only Henry Winter had that little bit of information, he might have not predicted the way he did. You should have told him.
Well,
yeah, but listen, you can understand Henry Winter thinking Man United because of the way they're playing at the minute and the way we're playing, and Man United's, they're used to cup finals in a way. So, I don't mind that. He's been honest. I'm sure, we let our hearts rule our heads most of the time with Newcastle. So, he's obviously not connected. But there you go. Rene, good evening. Oh, Rene is in the house. Julie says, I'm actually looking forward to Loris Karius. That's no slight on Pope. I just hope he has a blinder. I hope he has an absolute blinder. And also comes out to punch a ball from a corner and knocks Bruno Fernandes's teeth out. After winning the ball, of course, just with a follow-through. No harm on, I wouldn't want harm on Bruno Fernandes. Exactly, Billy, something like that.
The final score is kind of irrelevant to Karius, though. Like you say, if he has a blinder, he could play himself back into a career. Like if he saves a penalty and does a bunch of saves and is really good, somebody might want him. If we don't keep him on beyond this season, somebody might want him as a first choice.
Yeah.
This might help his entire career because he's not playing.
Yeah, but listen, he could go down as a legend at Newcastle United and only play one game. I mean, it is mental. Clive says we should call Darlow back from Hull. Not a chance. I'm happy with Karius playing. No, there isn't. I think Karius is the better keeper, if you ask me. Everybody just focuses on that European Cup final, right? Everybody just thinks of him for that. He was concussed for a start, right? And the season he actually played, he was brilliant for Liverpool. So, and even the Liverpool fans said that.
Yep, about that.
Yeah, I'm not buying it for a second, just because people focus on that. Ian Fleming, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, I'd just like to say I got my T-shirt today, Paul. It's great, and also well done to Susan for the design. Thank you very much, Ian. I'm sure Susan will be watching, so she'll be pleased with that. Billy's and Alex was sent today via first class, so hopefully they'll arrive through letterbox tomorrow. Pedro says, I ain't worried. We are going to win. Come on the Toon. Believe. Maybe I should put as the intro countdown music, share.
Yeah.
Do you believe in love? Because if we win the cup, everyone's going to love each other in the Newcastle end, aren't they? But I would be definitely copyrighted for that one. No doubt about it. So we'll pass. Right. Let's bring some of the rabble on. We've got, of course, the King of Qatar. We've also
good evening,
the King of Spoons. We've got Annie.
King of Bristol.
We do have Jordan. I don't know where he is, but he was there a minute ago, but his connection was... Oh, there he is, look.
I'm here.
Aye. Jack's here as well, and he's got his bucket hat on. Susan will appreciate that bucket hat, Jack. She was a raver back in the day and loved that bucket hats. She would appreciate it. Absolutely. Hey. James Ellison is here as well. Now, guys, before we start, turn your mics off until I speak to you, if you can. please, because that is the best way we can do this, because then we don't get crossing over lines and everything like that. Thank you very much. There is still there's one space left if anyone wants to get on. Toon Gamer says, I'm very confident for the final. I wonder if Man United will play balls over the top like Liverpool's tactics, because we need to drop deeper against Rashford. Yes. Yeah, well, it's the way it goes, unfortunately, in life. Peter Dolan, thanks for another £20 super chat. Really kind, thank you. I bought cup final tickets and a beautiful dog. It's a paranoid retriever. It brings everything back because it's not sure what I've thrown. Jesus Christ. Clever. Yes, indeed. Right. Annie, I suppose you're being the Bristol City stroke Newcastle United fan, you'll be wanting us to win the cup final, are you?
Completely neutral.
Bullshit. Honestly. I'm calling bullshit.
How many Man United channels have been
things on that weekend, to be honest, Paul. I've got to worry against us not losing against Hull. So, you know.
Well, I really don't give a toss about that, quite frankly.
I mean, we gave you Carl Darlow, so you've got to help us out a little bit.
Well, we didn't.
We gave them Carl Darlow, so.
Yes, I don't want him to do well, do I? So.
Well, yeah. You've got a chance. He hasn't even been playing anyway. He's been on the bench.
No, he played last game again.
All right, well, okay. But how can you possibly say you're a neutral and that you're not bothered if Man United... Are you not a football fan? Because every single club in the country wants Manchester United to lose.
Not just that, you do kind of go around every Newcastle channel going that, Annie. I've ever seen a Man United one, apart from John Sinclair's,
exactly. Well, yes, you go on John Sinclair, so you do go on one Man United channel.
I've got both sides of the argument here. I'm not losing either way. Look, it would be great to see Newcastle because obviously you guys would celebrate, and that would be nice.
Yes, and to see Alex, and you'd see Alex go blonde. I mean, what more inspiration is there for Newcastle to win?
Yeah.
To see Alex Stato man go blonde.
Okay, then go on Newcastle. Why not?
Absolutely. Well said.
Yeah.
Trolls, thank you very much for your 50 krona. That is very kind, my friend. As usual, brilliant donator to the channel is Trolls, and a very, very good friend of the channel. Mr. Spoons, how are you doing?
Good as gold, pal.
Good. Are you preparing yourself?
I've been getting really excited today for some reason. Just so I just said to Emily before, it's funny. It feels like today is a Friday, but it's just I'm so excited for getting away. So
yeah, I think the buzz started with me when we were doing the Henry Winter interview this morning. I was talking about the final and the fact that Newcastle United are there, and it talking about Wembley Way and things like that. It's building up nicely, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I'm just I can't wait to go now, I'll be honest with you. So I've just rang my pal up because we're getting picked up at like 5 in the morning or something from Hexham. So I just rang my mate up who lives in Corbridge, and I'm staying at his for the night before. So just itching.
Well, that's what time we're turning up at Stato's house, me and my daughter, on Sunday morning.
It's not that far away from London.
No, I know.
Saturday morning, that though, Paul.
Oh, Saturday morning, is it? Oh, so you're down overnight?
Yeah.
Nice. Mr. Caviani, I must say, your head's looking rather polished tonight. You've been getting the old shoe polish on your head there?
No, I played football today for the first time in 3 years.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say polished it off the headboard.
See, you have to the tone. Whenever used to, it's shocking. I mean, are you regretting not coming over, Roy?
I wish I was, but can't get a ticket. And I thought,
But you had your flight, you had your hotel.
Yeah,
you could have experienced the whole the atmosphere, though.
I know, but I thought, you know what? I've watched the last. I think Doha Mags was established in 2015, I think. Yeah. So I've been with this. We had the same group for the last 8 years. We've watched shite. We've watched good days. We've had good days and everything. I thought, you know what? I'll stick with the lads for this one. Watch it together.
Absolutely. Listen, I know the real reason, right? Penny just said no. Simple as that. You could just be honest with us.
That's 90%. Yeah.
I thought it might be. I thought it
I
might
don't
be.
think it helped you went to so many World Cup games either.
Liverpool 2-0 up, by the way.
Oh, God almighty. Jesus. Anyway, Jordan, good evening.
Evening.
How's life?
Not too bad. I was in hospital last night, but I'm all
Why?
right. Oh, I had pains in my chest at work. I've got problems with my heart, so
oh my
I had to
God,
ring an ambulance to work for us. But
Jesus. Well, I'm pleased you're on the mend, matey. I was peeing needles yesterday, funny enough. Not very well at all. I had to see the doc at 7:30 last night. And back on I just finished my antibiotics for my abscess on my tooth, and I'm back on them now for bloody wee problems. But never mind, it's life. You get on with it. What was your experience like at the semi-final?
oh, absolutely unbelievable. Best game, but actually not even best game. Best atmosphere I've experienced of anything.
Yeah, it was tremendous, wasn't it? Good evening, Jack.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm spookily good. Spookily good. However, building up for the cup final, revving it up. How are you feeling?
A few nerves are starting to kick in because at the end of the day, it is a cup final, so it's a big deal, especially for especially to shut these Man United fans up is a big deal. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm a bit nervous, but also very confident as well because I've seen all the lads on the team putting their Instagram stories out. Botman saying focus. They're very ready for it as well, especially Bruno. So I'm really excited to see what the lads are going to do on Sunday, and hopefully we can beat these stupid Mancs. Honestly,
yeah. I mean, James, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's beating Man United. It's shutting these fans up and shutting the pundits up as well. That they keep blowing smoke out of their rectums.
It is indeed. I'm looking forward to this weekend. Even though that we lost to Liverpool, I thought that it was a lot better performance overall if we just take 20 minutes out of the game.
Yeah.
Between 10 and half an hour, the first half, it was a better performance, really.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, but it's going to be a tough day, I think.
Yeah, very good. Whereabouts do you live, James?
Now, I'm at the minute, I'm renting a house in Wingate at the moment.
Right. Where are you originally from?
Hortonley Spring, originally.
Right. You've definitely got a bit of South Durham twang about you, definitely.
Yeah. I actually remember, Paul.
Uh-oh.
Because I used to go to Durham Ice Rink a lot.
Uh-oh.
And I remember you on the ice, because I think you'll be 2 or 3 years older than me, in puck chasing practice.
Oh, wow.
Flattered me against the total took me out.
I took you out?
Yeah, you took me out, totally splattered us against the boards when you were a bully when you were younger, you. Bully.
Oh, I wasn't. I was... I just used my size to my advantage. What can I say?
Right, let's stop there for a minute. Someone just coming into this chat would have said, you took James out and your size was used to your advantage.
Listen, I'm using my size to my advantage now with my good fiance. So there you go. Anyway, we'll move on. Anyway, James, I do apologise. 20-odd years, 30-odd years later, whatever it is,
It's good crack. It was all right.
What did you crack like?
Me ribs, you bastard.
God almighty. Yeah, it's a small world, matey. It's a small world. Jesus. Up the A1, thank you for your £5 super chat. Let's all push for the hashtag open top bus parade. I'm hearing stories that things are arranged already. Even if we lose, by the way, there's going to be something. But I have to get some more information on that because I'm not entirely sure. Right, where's this game going to be won for us, Ian?
Bruno. It's going to be Bruno. Field. I think Bruno's coming back in. I know people are saying obviously he's not played a lot, missed the last 3 games, but I think that they'll have made sure that he's got the minutes in behind the scenes. I know it's not the same, but it's Bruno. Remember, he's superhuman, so it's going to be the midfield. Bruno and Big Joe smashing it up in the midfield. Longstaff doing what he does. I think that's where we win it. And we're due. Obviously, I know everyone keeps saying we're not scoring, but like Alex will say, we are producing chances. The XG is decent. All right, it's not as much as it was previously, but we are still producing chances. We're just not putting them away. That's me actually agreeing with Alex somehow.
If we can get you from spoons to stats, then I've done very well.
Jesus Christ, exactly. Just a bit, eh? Wow.
I do listen to you sometimes, Alex. But I think, you know what it is? I changed my mind today, though. I think we win it in midfield, or it'll be one in midfield, and I think we win it in midfield. But I've been banging the drum for Isak, and then I just watched the start of the Henry Winter when he was talking about Wilson. And I just thought to myself, do you know what it is? I fucking love Wilson. But he has been pretty poor for Wilson, you know, for his own high standards. But I just thought he does bring something extra with the press.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking, if he is fit, Isak could come on and make a bigger difference than Wilson
from the bench. Yeah,
but Wilson at the start could make a bigger difference than Isak does, if that makes sense. It all boils down to how they play at the end of the day. I know that, but
I think Callum Wilson, you know, I agreed with what he said. You know, I think Wilson would be a good starter because he'll rough them up. Isak won't, you know, and you know how Callum Wilson likes to get stuck in. And Martinez and Varane, they don't like getting roughed up at all. And Callum Wilson is the perfect man to do that. Even when he's not on the ball, giving them little digs and stuff like that and letting them know he's there.
He'll be nipping them and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And certainly De Gea doesn't like the press either, does he? So
Real Madrid have scored.
They have, Vinicius Junior.
2-1.
I only saw Annie do that very briefly, and then it went off the screen again. But you know, I've got magic eyes; they're all over the place. Roy,
yep.
Do we worry about a certain Marcus Rashford, and if so, how do we neutralise him?
I think we need to play just our game as it is. But is Rashford going to be playing on the left or on the right? If he's on the left, then I think Trippier will handle him. If he's on the right, God help us with Dan Burn. And I think they might swap wingers. But I think our game will be one with Miggy going on the left and helping Dan Burn. Right.
I saw that yesterday. You need to let it go, buddy. It's not going to happen. You know it's not.
I know.
He loves the inverted wingers, and he's certainly not going to change it or risk anything in a cup final, is he?
It's like no matter what we think. Gordon in midfield in predictions.
Well, he can't play. Gordon can't play.
I didn't mean for the cup final. I just meant generally. There's a lot of people in midfield predictions. And Eddie Howe's come out and said he's a winger, possibly can play up front. That's what Eddie Howe said about Gordon. He's not going to play in midfield.
Yeah. Geordie Howe, man, has come up with a song for Loris Karius. Swing low, sweet Karius. Karius will bring the cup home. That is tremendous. Billy, would you like to, vocalize that for us?
Swing low, sweet Karius. Karius will bring the cup home.
Hey, Billy Trey, ladies and gentlemen, he's here all week. Thank you so much.
I may have something on the musical kind of subject for later in the week.
TTR Friday by any chance, Billy? The Cup final TTR, that should be a blast. Spacebar says, I've got no problems with Karius in goal. It doesn't worry me. What concerns me more is going forward. And I think a lot of people have actually said that the lack of goals is probably worrying them more than, the defence. I mean, Jordan, the defence is solid. Well, they have been, previous matches will sort of gloss over, but mainly throughout the season they've been solid, and the goalkeeper hasn't had a lot to do in games.
Totally agree with that. It's only the past sort of 3-4 games it's looked certain places looked risky. Dan Burn, left back, is the main problem. Hopefully, like Ian said before, Rashford's on that left-hand side, and Kieran Trippier can deal with him.
Yeah.
But if we just play the way we can play in defence, then hopefully Karius hasn't got a lot to deal with.
Well, listen, I don't think he'll have any problem stepping in. I think he'll be working really hard this week in training and hopefully working hard with Nick Pope. you know, and maybe Popey's having a word with him and just telling them what to expect, you know, balls over the top, things like that, or just working in training with him. I hope that one thing he does take from Nick Pope, Jack, is coming off his line, because he needs to be quick off his line, because Dubravka was very hesitant, wasn't he?
Yeah, and especially if you got someone with the pace of Marcus Rashford, getting off your line quickly is key. And we know Dubravka's not very good at it. So hopefully Nick Pope is giving Karius a bit of advice and what to expect. But yeah, coming off your line is crucial in football, especially when you got Man United. They rely on their wingers really. Weghorst ain't going to do much, is he? Really, he tends to come deep. But when you got two fast wingers, Sancho and Rashford, coming off your line is going to be key, and hopefully you can provide that.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Annie has just apologised because Darlow did not start against Preston and has yet to start for Hull City. So I was actually correct. So Annie, would you just like to say, sorry, Paul, you are the main man. I do apologise.
Sorry, Paul, you were correct. You are the main man. I apologize.
You see, you just got to love Annie. You've just got to love him.
Paul, can I just mention the fact that Rashford started up front against Leicester as well. He played a funny system with Weghorst in behind. He had Garnacho and Fernandez as part of a funny three, and then Sancho came on later. But you know, Rashford has played up front quite a lot recently, and he's been scoring. He scored against Leicester in that role. So I'd be surprised to see Rashford go back on the wing. I think he'll play up front. I'd be shocked if he didn't.
Well, Henry thought that this morning, didn't he? He thinks that Rashford will start through the middle and sort of Weghorst as a kind of number 10. I mean, Billy, do you think Weghorst is Man United's Chris Wood? Who's just gone there? Jordan, his connection's terrible. Do you think they brought him in as a striker, but now, as Henry alluded to this morning, he's playing more of a 10 role just to create a bit of physicality up there?
Yeah, they're playing off him, aren't they? They're using him as a focal point as number 10. He was Burnley as Chris Wood last year after we bought Chris Wood off them. So
yeah, he was
the role he's used to. So I think we can deal with Weghorst if he drops deep. I know he's a big lump of a bloke, but he's not really doing it in Premier League or anything like that. Let's be honest, goals wise, he looks better at international level. He's not a bad player, but I hope he does play. If I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah. Rachel says, I thought Roy pulled a Mooney then and realised it was his hand up against his camera. Rachel, why are you always looking that way? Geordie Boy says, got me mug yesterday, gave it to me mum. She got the scarf off my brother and she has a Toon teddy. She's ready for the weekend. Good. Good evening, Sean. Carl says, we've got nothing to lose. Everyone is back in Man United. So pressure is on them, not us. We can just go and play our game. James, what do you think Eddie Howe will be working on this week in training?
I would say a bit more defensive work. I think, just to sharpen up. I think he got rocked a little bit with Liverpool.
Yeah.
And being how he is, he's. I think he'll be just totally on that because we've got a big task against us with Man United, to be fair. Because, they're in form. We haven't been. But I think, although that I've been quite down about a few of the last few games where I said that Bournemouth we would draw against. I said we would lose against Liverpool. We did, but I just think that we do it the hard way, And I just think I think we are going to turn them over. To be honest, even though that the form and everything says we're not.
Well, it wouldn't be Newcastle United, would it, if we didn't? Yeah, it's just fact. Guys, we've got 2 spaces available if anyone wants to jump on into the forum and look forward to the Cup final. Annie, there's a lot of people asking where you're actually filming from. Carlos wants to know if you're in the broom cupboard with Gordon the Gopher. I mean, not that you'll know who Gordon the Gopher is, I don't think. But, Annie, Alex, do you know who Gordon the Gopher is?
I do not know who Gordon.
Oh, get out of here! I mean, I can understand Andy and Jack probably not knowing. I actually had Gordon the Gopher as a puppet. I had Emu as well. You had to stick your hand right up its neck.
Yeah.
I was more sort of Sooty and Sweep era.
Oh, good God.
Sitting and sweep every era. They were around when I was a 3-year-old, 4-year-old sitting and sweep.
Yeah, so was Rainbow Billy.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah, we love Rainbow Jones. We loved it.
1917. What a time it was.
Oh dear, the actual rudeness of that program will never be forgotten. Jules says, so Ian, your song is Spoon Man by Soundgarden. That's his alarm on the morning. He wakes up, that comes on, he's up, coffee, shower, and he's dancing around in his kitchen with his tiny whiteies on, and there you go. That's what he does. Mary says, Carlos, I hope he ain't there because you don't know where Philip Schofield is. Oh dear. We'll not even go there.
He won't be in a queue, that's certain.
Well, yeah. Limited edition blonde version, Susan, obviously for Alex's t-shirt. If he does indeed go blonde, there is going to have to be a blonde limited edition Alex t-shirt.
Is the beard blonde as well, Alex?
That's what Johnny Boy's asking as well. Is the beard going to go blonde?
Well, I thought about this, and I mean, Joe Linton doesn't have a beard, and Gazan didn't really have a beard when he did it. But Bruno kept his beard. Sometimes he shaves it. It's meant to be authentic from our sort of Geordie heroes. That's the whole point. So
you have to shave the beard off them.
Yeah,
I might keep the beard and just have it sort of transition, the blonde transition into the beard. We'll see. I might record it. I mean, I'm confident we've got to win. If we win, then I'll
Alex,
record it as well.
You have to record it because it will be going out on the channel.
I mean, you'll see me blonde anyway on screen, so there's no pretending.
Yes, but the actual process, I think that's what people would probably look forward to.
There you go. Have we got any decent hairdressers in the Midlands that want to do a hair dyeing process?
I'll drive down.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd have. I'm sure you'd have a few volunteers, Alex. I mean, I could do it after the match if you wanted me to. You know,
I don't want it green or orange, thank you.
Jackie says Roy looks like my Geordie garden gnome. Actually, he has got that. Yeah. You have got that kind of look, haven't you? Just sort of.
Yes.
All we'd need you now is just sitting on your sofa there with a fishing line. I mean, it would look perfect. Troll says, "Don't do it, Alex. You will forget half of your stats. Take it from a blonde man." Well. Listen, he can't go back on it. Diane, good evening. Keep the faith for Sunday. Absolutely. Geordie Boy says Bruno's back. Helps soothe the nerves. Annie, where do you think the game will be? Can be won and lost?
Midfield, absolutely.
Yeah,
agreed totally. You know, Man United midfield has obviously been weakened significantly with Eriksen's injury, with Newcastle having Bruno Guimaraes back, could be huge. And going up against Casemiro, well, that'll be very interesting to watch as a neutral. And look, thoroughly looking forward to it. So look, as from a general point of view, whoever wins that midfield battle gets control of the game. And once you get control of the game in a cup final, it's very hard for the opponent to then shift momentum back unless, you know, you do something off a set piece or something like that and just do something out of nothing. Because once you get the momentum in cup final, we had this with England, didn't we? In the Euros. Italy got the momentum after our goal, and then we were done. We were not going to get a goal after that. Their goal was coming, and I think there's most cup finals it ends up that way. Whoever gains the momentum usually goes on to win it. And that will again be a very, I think it will be a similar case in this one as
well. Thomas Kirby says, "All right, lads, British soldier posted in Cyprus. I'll be watching from over here and book leaving. Give me a shout out if possible. Corporal Kirby, thanks, lads. Let's absolutely smash these Sunday. Corporal Kirby, thank you for your service, my good man, and enjoy the game. And I'm sure there's some Man United supporters amongst your ranks, so make sure you, when we win the cup, make sure that they know about it for many days after." Right, James, you're a twat because you've now started people trolls. Paul, a bully, when he was younger, never. Nah, not having it. Not having it. Shane, good morning in Australia. I honestly feel Maxi is going to turn it on against Manchester United. He'll score the winner. Geordie Boy says the occasion will boost the Toon, not scare them. Alex, first 10, 15 minutes are going to be very, very interesting, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've got any other way of playing in the first 10 or 15 minutes. I think the lads do sometimes get nervous or lose focus, but in the first 10 to 15 minutes, never really. They tend to just absolutely go full metal with the pressing and the aggression and try and nick an early goal. And it's not normally Miggy, very impressive in the first 10 minutes as well. We just need to try and capitalize on that and get a goal, similarly to how we played against Southampton in the second leg. So hopefully we can make it count, because later on, if we're struggling, as Annie said, control is control, and it's difficult to score when the only way you can really score if you haven't got control is from a set piece, which is not scoring from set pieces, or somebody like Maxi, because he's just unpredictable. He doesn't care about momentum. He'll just do whatever he wants. So, set pieces or Maxi. That's it if we've lost control. So I hope we have a really strong early doors, because it's integral, because we might lose some control. But
2-2 at Anfield. 2-2.
Nice.
I tell you, Liverpool's defence is shocking, man. It really is.
Well, we had 2 XG against them. We should have scored.
Well, we should have definitely scored, but
I agree
Liverpool
with
is Real
well.
Madrid's son.
I agree with Alex as well on the point. If you have a maverick in your team, if you have an X Factor player, it massively helps, because if you know you're a team that likes to concede possession or will concede possession in the game, yeah, you have that maverick who can do something for you, create a chance out of nowhere, gets the crowd going, gets the players up for it.
Yeah,
that's again really helpful in a one-off game. That's incredibly helpful. So look, Maximan, Almiron at times could be that player. I think that really helps. But Man United also have some of that.
Well, they do, but we don't want to talk about them because we hate them. Brian Scott says, Billy, you were beautiful. Andrew says, voice of an angel. Julie J just says, Billy with a heart. Shamrock said, Billy sounds like Clark Giswold. Who the hell's that?
National Lampoons.
Oh, right, okay. Scott Nace says, what, no Flash Gordon? Well, no, because he's not playing in the final. Why would we sing Flash Gordon? Geordie Boy says, Billy for the Masked Singer.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that before the Masked Singer even started, to be honest.
JB says, Wilson's illness has affected his high press. Jackie says, Billy's writing lyrics for his #1 single. The chatters just plot and get worse as the weeks progress. Well, you're halfway they do with that, Mary. Mrs. Toon Review, we've got Billy in the middle. Susan, can you send me a photo of that shirt, please, just so I can put it on screen? Just so we can show the viewers the potential shirt for Billy Trey. It's absolutely brilliant. Billy's actually seen it. We do have his approval. Lee says, Billy Pavarotti, get in there.
Cheeky bastard.
Music Remix says, hi, lads. I'm a Liverpool fan. I hope the Toon lift the cup. Your fans deserve it. Well, thank you very, very much. That's very nice. Kevin says, put pressure on Fred. He panics under pressure. Fred's the interesting one, isn't he, Ian? Because I think, you pull your hair out of him most days. Yet when he pulls a Brazil shirt on, it's like he's a different player, isn't it?
Yeah, let's hope that the Man United version turns up in it. But I think we've got more in midfield than them. I really do. With Bruno back, and I think that when you match him up, even with Longstaff the way he's playing at the moment, I think that we'll outrun him, we'll outfight him, and we'll. I'll not say we'll outfuck him because that's nothing to do with it. So,
not the mood Billy Trey's in tonight. Definitely don't say that. Jesus Christ.
No, we'll do. We'll. I think we've got more than enough to win the midfield battle. I think jumping back onto preparations, I reckon that there's going to be quite a bit of preparation of Karius in nets with a back four and balls going over the top and such this week. I think that might be on the agenda. And I've just got a feeling, and it might just be me with my black and white tinted glasses on, but I've just got a feeling that that everything's going to click back into place. Bruno coming back, going to give us that control that we seem to lose after 10, 15 minutes in every game. That bit we've had a storming start and everything then sort of capitulates a little bit. It doesn't happen really when Bruno's playing, because he'll put his foot on the ball and just shield the ball and slow things down if we have to, and then get us back into it. So, yeah, I'm not worried about Fred. He's shite. Yeah,
I mean, look, Annie mentioned it there, Roy. Midfield is going to be a big battle, isn't it? And obviously, we really want to put it up Bruno Fernandes, don't we?
Yeah, if you keep him quiet, that's half of the mission done, I think.
Yeah.
If you look at both teams at the moment, probably our defense is better than theirs. Our midfield, probably on par, maybe 10% better. They're much better up front, so it's going to be even. I know they are favourite everywhere, but it's not going to be as easy as everyone thinks.
Okay. Well, here is the 2 T-shirts that have been done for our my 2 established hosts. The first one is the potential shirt for Alex. So let me know in the chat if there's a possibility that you'd like these. If you're a fan of obviously Billy and Alex, then obviously let me know, and because we need to know if there's interest in them before we obviously start producing them. This is Alex. And I think that just looks like him. But obviously, we'll, the limited edition ones will be blonde. There's no doubt about that.
I don't have any sunglasses on me at the moment.
Yeah, but
it's like Kenny Rogers.
Well, Alex has got a bit of Kenny Rogers about him, hasn't he? I mean, he does. He's got similarities there. And this one is Billy's, which was just designed today.
Hey.
Obviously he's wearing the Toon Review vest, so the logo's on there as well. We've got Billy in the middle. So that is the other option if you are interested in them. But obviously we'll gauge by the comments and see if anyone is interested in them before we obviously start putting them on the website. Julie J says Casemiro and Bruno know each other's games very well. Jordan had to step off because his headphones have died and the kids are running wild. You got a zoo there, Jordan. Jackie says every time I see the advert with Razor Rugged.
Try that again, Paul.
Yes, thank you, Alex. Every time I see the advert with Razor Ruddock, I see Billy. Anyone think the same? I mean, Billy, you've been compared to Razor Rugged. Why can't I say Ruddock? Maybe should I say it like.
I'll try and find another lookalike that you can say, so that would probably be the best.
I think we should meet Dan Botman next to the Jackie Milburn stand with.
Well, that was funny because you were trying to come out with a joke there, Alex, and you stuttered on Botman. So there you go. It happens to us all. Nice try. Anyway,
I think Billy's much more handsome than Razor Ruddock anyway.
Oh, thank you, Alex. And I think I'll tell you, you've got a lookalike coming up later, and you're much more handsome than that bloke that he's compared to you to.
The Love Boat. Anyway, Sophia says Jack looks like he's about to play Rocket Man. Did you understand that joke, Jack?
My brain's just.
Well, basically, Sophia's saying you look like a young Elton John ready to play your piano.
I'll take that.
You do look like you're in a radio studio as well.
Yeah, you do. This is 25.4 Jack FM. We've got a £5 super chat from Dan Brown. He says, evening all, missing the forum tonight. Pub called. Wembley mug arrived today and looks awesome. Tell me more. Thank you very much.
You can watch us at the pub. That's perfectly fine.
Yes, indeed. Get it on the tellies in the pub.
Exactly.
Paul says, let go Newcastle this weekend. I'm looking forward to it now. Come on. Who's just dropped off there? Annie.
Dropping like flies.
Dear, honestly. He's there. Geordie Howayman says our discipline needs to be spot on against those cheating bar stewards. James, are you worried about the diving from certain Manchester United players?
Yeah, that was the point I was waiting to come in. I think that discipline for our guys is going to be key because Man United are whitey tickets and they like to influence the referee by running up and it's the end of the world for every tackle and all the rest of it. Yeah. And I'm hoping that Joe Linton and Bruno just keep it the calm, because that's what they'll want to do. They know if they can get Joe Linton and Bruno on a yellow card, that's really going to affect us. Yeah. So discipline is key for me for the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, Jack, are you worried about the Man United players, surrounding the referee and stuff, putting pressure on him? Because we know about what they're like. We know who the referee is. It's a bit of a worry. By the way, it was him on VAR, by the way, for that offside Rashford one on the other day. Yes.
And the leg break tackle.
And the leg break tackle.
Yeah. That was horrific.
So are you worried about that, Jack?
Oh, it shouldn't, but it absolutely pees me off. Honestly, it really, really does. I mean, you look at us, we've got discipline. Look at Trippier. For example, Jones, and he pushes him away, has a chat with the referee, and that's a true captain. Man United don't have that. They have Bruno Fernandes, Big Teeth, who's their captain, who's not a captain. They just haven't got anyone else. That's why they're putting Harry Maguire as their captain. They ain't got one. So that is why they have to run around the referee, absolutely torment him to force him to make a decision, because he feels like the referee is being harassed. It pees me off. So yeah, the boys on Sunday have to literally hold when they're in like a bit of a 50-50 position where we know Manchester United can dive. Hold your hands up, show that you're not doing anything. If they dive, then the referee will 100% know that you're not doing anything, and they'll look stupid. So we've got to be careful with what we do. And hopefully it don't turn into another Gordon incident where Trippier tells him to get up and then it all breaks loose. But yeah, we've got to be careful with Manchester United because we know what they're like. But I'm pretty sure Eddie Howe might say a word or two before the match.
Absolutely. Right, Susan's just sent me my T-shirt, and mine is more, well, not as out there as my fellow co-hosts. There it is. It's my head with the Tyne Bridge and everything in it. And I think it looks rather beautiful. So there you go. Very well designed. But there you go, guys. That's just a glimpse of what's to come. A lot of people saying...
You got someone cackling down
here. James, do you have a problem?
I was just laughing at the just total silence and all as they were describing. No one was commenting any good comment or anything. They were just like, yeah, great.
Well, we are all on mute, to be fair.
James, would you like to reenact 30-odd years ago?
Yes, now, because I'm a lot fucking bigger.
We've got our match on.
So am I. Whatever. Carlos said he had a bungle costume. Wow. Okay. Billy is bungle. Well, he's not. It was George, but never mind. Hope Real Madrid get goals back and thrash the Scouts. Scum. Is Alex trying to copy Karius? Well, I suppose if he goes blonde, yeah. There's a bit of...
I don't think there's a bit of that in. Long, to be fair. I need a haircut.
Yeah. Well,
he's got like shoulder length hair.
Well, he does. He has a ponytail and stuff, doesn't he? So there you go. Alan says Karius can go down in Geordie folklore history.
I think you'll find he said Karina.
Yeah, but I pronounced it properly to not embarrass him at all, Alex, which you have just clearly done, you twat. Ian, big day for Karius, isn't it?
Yeah, massive. It'll be 2 games, 2 trophies. I know a few people have said that, and I think I put that on your Facebook actually. 2 games, 2 trophies. I thought he played well when we seen him against the Saudi game. The half he played, I thought he was by far the better goalkeeper in that game. Like we've all gone over a load of times, everyone's mentioned it. He was injured in the final, where he obviously, I've rewatched the highlights of that, and it was awful, like I've got to admit. But if you've got concussion, it's not going to be the easiest when you can't see straight, is it? So I think it'll be a massive game, and I think it's like, I don't know who said it before, but I'm sure one of you said, Alex, maybe, that it's a complete chance for redemption. Your whole career can get back on track. He's only 29, isn't he? The lad's he's only young for a goalkeeper, really.
Yeah.
And I can honestly see him. I've got more faith in him than I would in Dubs, if I'm being honest. And I don't know whether that's just blind hope or not, but I didn't think Dubravka looked great. Apart, obviously, shot stopping is good, but I thought he looked fairly nervous and awkward when he came on today. So
he didn't fill me. He didn't fill me with a lot of confidence when he was coming off his line. Definitely not.
So yes, I think I've got a lot of faith in him, and hopefully he does well.
Yeah, definitely. Dan Botman's in the chat, guys. Simply saying, I'd love it if we beat them. Well, I think that will go down for everyone. Kelvin, thank you very much. Paul says, I've got some beer in for Sunday. Come on, you lot of them. Yeah, have them. Mark says, Billy L. Foghorn. Oh.
I see.
Dan says, good evening, everyone. Nearly just 4 days to go. Spacebar says, does it have a dancing cow on the front? Oh, you see, the dancing cow is very difficult to put on a t-shirt. Very difficult. But we can put it on the screen.
It's the way she puts her head back on the looking ball.
Yes. Daisy's ready for the final, guys. She's ready. Mark says it could be extra time. Who knows? Oh, I couldn't hack it. I honestly, Susan said, what about penalties this afternoon? And I'm like, I don't think my nerves could take it. It would just be awful. If we won on penalties, it would be just euphoria, as it normally is. But losing to them on penalties would just be I mean, it would.
Had more practice in this, haven't they? Let's be honest.
Well, they have, but
your season.
Man United aren't too good at penalties, though. They have lost quite a few penalty shootouts, so they're not that good on penalties.
That's because De Gea ain't very good at saving them. That's why.
That's very true.
Again, can you imagine if Carrier saves a couple of penalties and wins us the cup? I mean, that would be absolute God status, statue and everything outside the ground for me. Just incrediable. Rachel says, hoping extra time penalties tomorrow and then Man United get beat on said penalties. Well, it'll be Thursday, isn't it? Is it Thursday Man United play? It is Thursday, isn't it?
Bring it forward?
I don't think. Why would? Surely they haven't been gifted bringing it forward. It's a Thursday night competition.
I've heard somewhere they've had it brought forward. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
No,
I don't think they have. But
I hope not. Listen, I hope they put it forward back to Saturday. I do.
Yeah, definitely. Geordie Boy says Alex's shirt is too realistic. Carlos says Alex looks like Peter Sutcliffe. Wow,
that was
it is Thursday.
I thought it was Thursday, yeah. I'll quickly gloss over that comment because I don't think Alex heard it. So there you go. Alex shirt got a bit of Simon Cowell look about it.
I've never seen Simon Cowell with a beard.
Well, he sometimes has. He's sort of got older.
A little scruff.
Yeah, a little scruff. Yeah.
Does nobody think looks a little bit like Eddie Munster? I keep saying this in the chat. No one ever takes me on about it. Do you remember Eddie Munster?
Well, Ian, that's because it's a completely stupid thing to say. That's why nobody replies to you. I don't think he looks like Eddie Munster.
From the Addams family.
I think James looks more like Eddie Munster.
From the Munsters, not the Addams family.
I'm just going all out on James now because he's a cheeky twat, to be honest. So I'm going all on out today. I've got no problem with that at all. But yeah, look, Man United, if they go to penalties and etc. on Thursday, does that mean fatigue, Annie? If you were a Man United fan, which God forbid you're not, good evening, John Sinclair. If you were a Man United fan, would you be worried about that? A bit of fatigue maybe creeping in?
Yeah, Is it a league game they're playing?
Barcelona in the
Barca.
Europa League.
Oh, God. Bloody hell.
And the
They'll have
first
to
leg
put their
was
strongest team
2-2,
out
so
then.
it's in the balance.
Yeah, they'll have to put their first team out then at Old Trafford.
Mm-hmm.
So look, yes, if it does go down to extra time and everything, but again, I think fatigue is really a second priority in most cup finals if it goes down to extra time, because both teams are just bloody nervous about not losing the game and not conceding the goal, because that's basically a death sentence if you concede a goal in extra time most of the time. But yeah, if I was Ten Hag, I'd probably be looking at a couple of changes, maybe. I don't know what he prefers. I don't know what his priorities are in terms of the cup final now, or potentially going on in the Europa League and going far in that competition, or going win the Carabao Cup now. That's going to be a fine balance. But yeah, fatigue will be a problem, especially if they're going to play their key players.
Yeah,
So
and especially if it goes to extra time penalties. That's what we
Rashford.
realistically want as Newcastle fans. I think really push Rashford to the limit.
If it goes to extra time in the Europa League as well, that could be really
exactly bad. Yeah. John says Billy's shirt only comes in one size, small.
It's shirts, not condoms, for Christ's sake.
Rachel says, get a room, Billy and Alex. Ian says, it's ASM's first time in Wembley, right? He's going to put a show on the likes we have never seen before.
No, I'd imagine ASM's played when Spurs were in the stadium.
I don't think he did.
No, because Spurs
well, if
Stadium
Joe
was
Linton
April
has, then...
2019,
Well, Joe Linton's played at Wembley, so...
No, he hasn't.
Has he not?
No.
They joined August. They
joined as their stadium opened, because Joe Linton scored. Remember, his first goal for Newcastle was at the new Tottenham Stadium.
Oh yes,
yeah,
it was.
So it was, yeah.
I got that all confused with COVID, and it's all a mess.
So some of the players have played at Wembley technically, just not Maxi or Joe Linton.
Yeah. Barry says Jack FM is an after dark show. Is it really?
It sounds like Football Manager to me, but.
Paul's got the Keegan headphones on from his I love it speech. Yeah, fair enough. Alex on the t-shirt looks like Roy Orbison. How many bloody people does he look like?
Roy Orbison wasn't wearing aviators.
No, well, he didn't have a beard either.
Roy Orbison wasn't. Yeah, okay.
Pretty woman.
He did have Celtic runes as part of his lettering. Oh God, you couldn't be more wrong if you tried.
Yeah. JP says I'm worried about corrupt VAR, not Man United. Roy, does it worry you?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you saw the shambles with that. Supposed to be 100% red card, and they got away with it. It happens week after week with them. So, and then the referee was on VAR anyway for them. Expect the worst when it happens, but see what happens on the pitch. Everybody, the whole planet is going to be watching that game now, so it's going to be embarrassing for those people behind the VAR.
Yeah. Or
do they care, or is it that corrupt? No idea. I used to think it used to be Alex Ferguson, but it's not. It must be something with their badge, you bastards.
Yeah,
still involved. He's still involved in Man United.
He is, to be fair. He is.
Yeah.
He is. Kyle says we can't whinge about other teams' players diving when we've got Big Joe who would attempt the worst dive I've ever seen. Once he's done it once.
Miggy does it as well.
Well, no, I don't think Miggy dives as much as when he gets sort of knocked.
Every team does it.
He rolls around as if he's injured. That's slightly different. But Joe's done it once, and I don't think he'll ever do it again, considering how much flack he got from it. I'm sure he got flack off Eddie Howe as well, because Eddie won't like that kind of thing. Jackie says Bruno Fernandes is a whinging arsehole. I can't stand him. Look, we have to nullify him, Jack, don't we? But nullify him in the right way. Instead of maybe knocking all his teeth out, just break his ankle.
Don't get me started on Bruno Fernandes, honestly.
Oh,
I wish I was. Honestly, he's the reason for my anger issues. I swear to God. Wow. If I was playing midfield against Bruno Fernandes, you wouldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just annoys me so much. And when the Man United fans just go, he's the best Bruno in the league, I say, shut up. He's just not. He's nowhere near Bruno. I don't have to say his second name because he's the best Bruno. Don't get me started on it. He's just absolutely ridiculous. He's a ridiculous footballer. Fair enough, he's got a good pass in him, but he's absolutely atrocious. And Bruno will pocket him, and Johnson will pocket him as well. He will have a awful time on Sunday. Hope he does.
Yeah, definitely. Andy says my T-shirt looks like Alfred Hitchcock, rather than Roy Orbison, I guess. Tom says the T-shirts look nice. Are there going to be any black TTR T-shirts? Susan, I guess we'll find out in a minute. Alex, I believe you've got to shoot.
Oh, I have, yes. I shall see you guys next time.
All right, enjoy your few pints down the pub.
It's just gym time, I'm afraid.
Yeah, gym time. Then you just call in at the Woolpack on the way home, and we'll get a normal Alex message on the WhatsApp group at like 4 a.m. Hey guys, I've just got home. Cheers, Alex.
That was once. Like the Jolinton dive. That was once.
Shane Ferguson has just scored, incidentally.
Has he?
Shane Ferguson for Rotherham against Sunderland. It's 2-0.
Oh wow! Oh. Right, Alex. I'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
There, Alex.
See you, mate.
Hey, Alex. It's that.
So there's Alex gone. Look, guys, we've got spaces on the. If you want to come on for the last 20 minutes or so, get in there. I want to know where Archer's gone. He's vanished off the face of the earth. So somebody find Archer, or we've got spaces. Come and have you say for the cup final. We don't bite apart from Billy. Dave says, well done, Susan, on the design of the T-shirts. They're looking good. Oh my goodness, B. Billy looks like Onslow off Rabsy Nesbitt.
He was on Keeping Up Appearances, not Rabsy Nesbitt.
Well, Detecting Guru, you have had a Castoria, my friend. Alex, you have to dye your facial hair too, mate, if we win. I think he'd look ridiculous with blonde hair and a black beard. I mean, interesting. I guess we'll see. Of course, Billy, Tom is straight onto it. Saying, was Onslow not keeping up appearances? Yes, he was. There you go.
It was filmed in Coventry, strange enough.
Yes. The only thing that ever has been. Up the A1 says, love T-shirts, would have all three. Waiting for hoodies as well. Well, hoodies are on the way. Hoodies are on the way. Oh, I thought he was at the pub.
I'm home from the pub.
All right, okay. Welcome. Are your nerves building up, Dan?
I'm feeling better than I was.
Is that because you've had a few pints tonight is why you've calmed your nerves?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. All week I've been thinking I'm not looking forward to it because Rashford's on fire and obviously with Pope being out. But yeah, it's a one-off game, innit? Who knows what can happen?
Yeah. Dave says Leicester were all over Man United for a lot of the first half and didn't take chances. Sure, it's got to be a bit of attack with high tempo. That's the thing that gets me, right? We've got an opportunity, but we haven't been taking our chances either. But we simply have to, Billy, on Sunday. We've got to put the ball in the net.
I mean, Leicester's not on their own. There's been lots of clubs that have played Man United and played them off the park for half an hour, 40 minutes, longer sometimes. And Manchester United have come away with a win through a bit of magic from Rashford. Yeah, we've got to take our chances. I think set pieces, we've got to start putting some of them away, and I think we can do against Man United. I think we've got a big height advantage. Weghorst apart, but he can't mark Byrne, Botman, and Joe Linton and share at the same time. So I think set pieces could be quite a good thing for us, a good way of scoring on Sunday also.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Billy's Pornhub again, 9:05 every night. There you go. It's his reminder that, Test Tickle has uploaded a new video. Pedro thinks, I think some of the players haven't been playing 100% due to them not wanting to be injured for the cup final. Do you subscribe to that, Ian?
I think not consciously, but subconsciously. That it does cross players' minds. It didn't cross Pope's mind when he was flying out for that header and grabbing the ball, though, did it? But unfortunately,
yeah.
But yeah, I think it's weighed heavily on our form, but also the major thing has been Bruno missing for me. We're not a one-man team, but fucking hell, he makes it a lot better, doesn't he? You know what I mean? He just takes the breath. I think the back four will be on point tomorrow with Bruno back because he just gives an out constantly. They've always got somebody who they know they can give the ball to in a dangerous position, and he's fine. But yeah, I think the last since we got through the first semi-final, even I think that everybody's sort of had those nerves. More than anything, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's all gone now. Bruno's back, and we smash Manure.
Yeah, I hope so. We've got a couple of people coming on. Josh is back with us, and Julie J. Oh, there she is.
Hello, Julie.
Hi, yeah.
You got it sus now. You got it sus, don't you?
Yep, got sus, yeah.
Wow, look at that. A normal conversation with Julie J. And she's wearing a Toon Review shirt. Absolutely living the dream. How's your nerves, Julie J?
They're starting to jingle now a little bit.
Yeah. Are you? Is it excited nerves or worried nerves?
Bit of both.
Oh, okay.
A bit of a thing, the VAR and that.
Well, you just have to say VAR, and you've said it all there. You don't have to go. You don't have to say anything else. Josh, how are you doing in Philadelphia?
Doing well.
Good.
I'm hoping that my new jersey will be luck because they forgot Fun 88.
Oh my God.
So
you mean Castori have had another Castori?
Yep.
There you go. That is our shirt sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Fun 88 should be there, whether you like it or not, but there you go. But listen, I hope it is a good look. How's your nerves?
It's tense, I would say, especially after the recent performances. I about lost my mind on Saturday and punched a hole in the wall.
Christ. Well, I wouldn't advise doing that. I mean, Newcastle United is a roller coaster. 3-2 to who, Caviani?
To Real Madrid.
Oh!
Love that, yes, Scousers.
Yes, have it.
Have it, Binters.
Yes. Have it, Clippity. I tell you, the defense is rotten. Jackie says, how many times are you going to interrupt me, Caviani?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
We need to ask Clippity Klopp, how does he feel after Real Madrid scored their third?
Well, I guess he won't be feeling great, will he? I mean, his defence are there to get at. You could see that on Saturday, to be honest.
Well, he can tell us now.
No, the teeth have been banned, I'm afraid. They were accused of being a jinx, but I do have Bruno Fernandes's teeth, which strangely enough are the same fucking ones.
Good evening, Bruno Fernandes. How you doing, Bruno Fernandes? Are you listening?
He's yellow card referee. It's a yellow card.
Are you looking forward to ploughing at Wembley?
Oh, your pardon?
Ploughing the field.
I will be doing a bit of diving, no doubt about it. He's Welsh as well, strangely enough.
I tell you what, all these guests that we get on, from Portugal and from Germany, they're all bloody Welsh. It's unbelievable. Who's just gone there, Annie?
Ready.
Bristol broadband. It's terrible. Alan wants the cow on a mug. Alex looks like the former cricketer Mike Gatting back in his prime. Wow.
He actually does. If he had longer hair, he'd be.
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah,
and freestyle, yeah.
Absolutely. Spacebar says the cow on the wrecking ball as a mug would be tremendous. Suzanne. We'll try and get that sorted. If anyone can do it, Susie can. Who hasn't muted their microphone and is twiddling with it? I can see everybody reaching for the mute button now. Have you noticed that, Billy? Just the hands appearing. It's probably James because he's been a twat tonight.
It's not me at all.
Well, you managed to unmute yourself quick enough. I feel a body check coming on. Paul says Maxi is going to light it up. It does feel like he's warming up the past couple of games. Billy, you need to stop shaking your vape. It looks like you're playing with yourself on screen.
I'm not shaking my vape, but I'm also not doing the other either. I'm just t-shirted tonight. I've not got the usual stuff on, but I'm a bit cold now.
Oh,
All right, Billy. All right. Mary says there's no wrong in rolling around. She has got, I don't know what's wrong with Mary, but I think she needs to, Mary, go and visit Love Honey, right? Get yourself sorted, lass.
Or chippers.
I think if Chipper saw in fairness, right? If Chipper saw a vagina, he'd run the other way. He wouldn't know what would look like anyway. Fuggy Crack says it's been said Man United have a better team on paper, but lucky for us, it's played on grass. Absolutely, Fuggy. Absolutely. Isla Coffee says we don't have to wish bad injuries on the Man United players, but they could have dodgy omelets for breakfast and miss the game. Whose alarm was that going off? I noticed how nobody admits to alarm going off when clearly there was an alarm going off there. It's somebody's Pornhub alarm. It's unbelievable. I like coffee. Yes, we don't like the wish injuries on Manchester United, apart from Bruno Fernandes, because I don't like him. Let's have a look. Who were you going to say something there?
I want Rashford and all of them to break a leg. Me, I don't care. I want the cup.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. But maybe it's just a little sort of groin strain or something, so he can't play.
No. I'll pull a hamstring in training.
Well, yeah, just a hamstring. But Bruno Fernandes can break his neck for all I care. Granny Fanny says Archer's at my house, Paul. Well, fair enough. Well done to the ex-Toon player Shane Ferguson scoring against the Mackhams. Indeed. Who wears black socks? Also Man United.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah, we're wearing the full black and white.
Well,
yeah,
we're the home side. We're the home side. So.
Well, originally we were the away side.
We can't.
I don't know when that changed.
Yeah, we're in the away dressing room and all that stuff.
We're in the away dressing room. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, look, we are away.
We will be wearing black and white though.
Man United have never been drawn away.
And then we would.
I thought.
Tess Tickle. That's what Mr. Tickle's wife is called. Is it really? Out of the what they're called?
The Mr. Men.
That's them.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'll know, Julie. With a name like Tess Tickle, you'll probably know.
No, I don't think so.
It's going to be a brilliant Brazilian Royal Rumble in the middle on Cup Day. Julie, are you confident in our midfielders to sort of, win that battle against Manchester United?
Yes. Yes, definitely. Because, I mean, Bruno and Casemiro play with each other in the Brazil team, so they know each other well. So Bruno will know all the weaknesses and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yep, definitely.
I can't believe you said Brazilian World Rumble without me saying anything.
Well, yeah. Miracles do happen, Billy. Miracles do actually happen. By the way, guys, those of you that have received your T-shirts, if you can, take a picture of you wearing them and send them to the Facebook page, or send them to DM me on Twitter so I can tweet them out. Just to see how they look on people. Julie's already done it. She's you've done it, Julie, haven't you?
not yet. Just Rachel and Mary have, I think, up to.
Shambles. Who's just gone there? Dan. Yeah, well, he's on a dodgy connection and he's drunk as well. Sean says, I got my T-shirt today and I have TTR Cup all ready for Sunday. All I want is to be able to say to a Sunderland fan is, when was the last time you won a cup?
Yeah, we all know the answer to that.
1973.
Yes, unfortunately. Terrible year. Looking forward to watching Bruno and Big Joe destroy them on Sunday. Very nervous, though. I mean, Josh, we know that Newcastle have got a lot of fans over in the States. I mean, is the sort of Are you getting together with any Newcastle fans on Sunday?
So it's funny you mentioned that. For the first time, I'm going to a fan group in downtown Philly at a bar to watch together with some other Geordies. Historically, I tend to watch a lot alone because I get emotional.
Yeah.
Or I watched it with my buddy who got me into Newcastle.
Sorry, Josh. I'm being put off by the bloody Undertaker in the top corner there. Yes, I saw it was 4-2 when Annie did it. You did it, you don't have to do this right. I mean, honestly,
Isn't it just Alisson
club?
was on Saturday, and he was awful. He's been awful today. Awful.
Oh, what a shame! What a shame. Love to see the lads warming up at Wembley in their special edition TTR gear. Oh, that would be mint. But unfortunately, the club still haven't reached out to this channel. But hey, there's time. Irani Granny says, Susan, I want a Paul Toby jug. Got to keep the kids away from the fire. Charming. George says BBC website is saying that both Liverpool and Madrid keepers are having carious moments. Bastards. See what I mean about him just being known for that final. Not like, honestly, it's pathetic, man. Susan says, yeah, what's love, honey, Paul? Moving on.
Put that down. It's a fire extinguisher.
Excuse me. But, right, seeing as she thinks she's so funny, if I go back in that room after the show and I scroll through Susan's internet searches, I am sure Love Honey will be on there. Anyway. Right. Shut up, the lot of yous. Right. It is time for predictions. Now, I'm going to start with Annie, because obviously Annie is a neutral stroke Newcastle United fan. And, being a fan of any other club, bar Manchester United, who actually want Newcastle to win this, because Man United are so hated. So, Annie, what is the score going to be?
I think in 90 minutes, I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. Extra time, I don't think generally decides games, so I'm going to go penalties.
He's going to see Man United win on penalties, isn't he? You can feel it coming.
You just know.
Yeah, see you later, Annie.
As well. Yeah, you just know.
Come on, then.
Penalties, you know what? Let's go with you, because why not?
Yes! Well done, Annie. Well done.
Okay, thank you very much. Also, next week, this time, you better be watching the Bristol City Man City game. I expect that from you. All of you on screen.
Okay.
I'll predict the Bristol City win for you, Annie.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you very much, Billy.
Absolutely.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah. Right, Annie, thank you for coming on again, buddy. You take care.
Thank you very much, Paul.
All right, mate. Good night, mate. Good night. Top man. I love Annie to death. He's always up for a good joke as well. People in the chat, stop asking me for Susan to go through my search history, because it will be quite boring. I'm telling you now, it'll be football, aeroplanes. That's it, right? And fish, right? That's it. So Sophia says that Love Honey is like Ann Summers on steroids. Well, each to their own, Sophia. No problem. Apparently, Susan needs a lawyer. Okay, who are we going to fire at next? Mr. Dan Brown. Scoreline.
2-1 Newcastle.
And who's going to score?
Bruno, I think he'll be up for it. I think after missing a few games, he'll be on fire. I'd like to see Max to get one as well, just to shut up all the haters.
Excellent. And yes, Ronald, fish, as in aquarium fish that swim in water. Jesus. Clarky says football, airplanes, and Irani grannies. Never. Jesus Christ. No, Andy, it's not plenty of fish. Thank you very much. Honestly, it's some cheeky gets. Right, Dan.
What do you say? Football and aeroplanes.
Billy, if you've got it. Yeah.
Not balls and black boxes then.
No. Billy, you're a disgrace to humanity. An absolute disgrace to humanity. We have ladies present on this show, and you come out with bullshit like that. You should be ashamed of you. Should be ashamed of yourself. Dan, thanks for coming on, matey. We'll catch up with you next week. Hopefully, celebrating a cup win.
Definitely. Cheers, guys. See you later.
Good night, bud. Right, James, it is your turn.
I think it's going to be a controversial game.
Oh, here we go.
I think we're going to win 3-2. And Trippier free kick.
Yeah.
Staff and Isaac.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Do you think Isak's going to start, or do you want Callum Wilson in there first?
I would prefer Callum Wilson in first.
Yeah, I think, just basically for the physicality, I think more than anything, just to get stuck into them, because as Henry Winter said this morning, Callum will walk out at Wembley, as should the other players, to be fair, not just Callum Wilson, but like
the reason why as well, I think that it gives Eddie more options with Isaac being able to play on the right or the left of the front. So he's got the option. Say if he goes with Miggy, Wilson and Maxi up front, it then gives them the options to either take Miggy off for Isaac or Maxi for Isaac, and then so Isaac and Wilson are playing together. I just think that's the way it's going to go.
Well, hope so. Where are you watching the match, buddy?
I'll be at home with the lads.
All right, well, enjoy it, mate, and we'll catch up next week.
Cheers now. Bye-bye.
Cheers, James. Good night. I really had no idea that I wiped him out 30-odd years ago. I feel terrible for that. But never mind. That's what ice hockey was all about back in the day. It wasn't a good... I mean, do you follow the Flyers, Josh?
No. I'm a huge Penguins fan. My parents are originally from Pittsburgh.
How can you live in Philadelphia and be a Pittsburgh fan?
So I grew up in the middle of PA, and I moved here for work.
That's Pennsylvania, guys, for anybody that was trying to work that out. Susan probably thinks that that's in Spain. It's in America. Well, I'm a Rangers fan, as you know, and we're doing rather well.
We bannered once.
Yes, we're doing rather well at the minute, apart from last night, but we'll not talk about that. Let's have a look. Mary says her sides are splitting from laughter. Well, please don't split your sides, Mary. I mean, Fuggy says Rift Valley cichlids. They are the fish I keep in one of my tanks. Yes. Right, Julie J.
Yes.
Come on, then. Let's hear the positivity. Let's rev the channel members up, rev the subs up for this weekend, Julie.
I'll go for 2-1.
Yeah.
1 from Bruno, 1 from Isak, and 1 from Rashford. A consolation goal for them.
Consolation, as in sort of 94th minute out of 94 minutes of injury time, so that when they kick off the final whistle. Yeah, that's fair enough. Julie, thank you very much for coming on. And are you popping on the quiz on Friday?
I will do. Now it's all working and everything.
Yeah. Brilliant. It's perfect. Right, we'll see you then, Julie. Take care.
See you.
Good night,
Bye.
Julie. Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Come on then, Josh.
I think I'm going to go 2-1 as well.
Nice.
I'm going to go similar to Annie, though. I think it'll go to extra time. I don't think pens, but I do think it'll go to extra. And I'm thinking it's going to be Bruno. And then I think I just would love it if it would be Longstaff or Byrne, just to write the story.
That would be tremendous, wouldn't it? Yeah, it really would.
I mean, I made the Dan Byrne call by Matt Raisbeck and John Anderson my ringtone. So every time I get the phone call, I hear Dan Byrne.
Nice. Funny enough, Billy's got a different ringtone, but we'll not go into that. Carlos says, imagine Billy's search history. Please, God, no.
I can't imagine it now. I might have to leave the chat.
Billy's hard drives are buried about 400 foot under the ground. so his sons don't find his porn. That is not for any other reason, by the way, just for legal purposes. Right, Josh, thank you for coming on, matey, and please come on next week and celebrate the win.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, man. Enjoy it. Take care, mate.
See ya.
Top man. Stephen, let me know if Mike Rifts is still going, because I wanted to order some fish off his website, but I didn't know whether he was still going or not. So let me know, please, and I'll order some off there. Shamrock Ball says Newcastle and Penguins, they're both black and white, so it makes sense. I guess so. Didn't know you were a Rangers, Paul. Remember back in the day, the half. Yeah, but not Rangers Football Club, Tom. New York Rangers ice hockey team. I don't have any affiliation with Rangers or Celtic for that matter. JB says Paul's search history is 95% takeaway delivery. Well, aren't you a lovely person, JB? Honestly. Right. Come on then, Mr. Spoons. Let's have it.
3-1. I've just put I've just put a bet on. Well, Emily's just put a bet on for 15 quid.
Right.
For a Toon win.
5-2.
Clippity-clop.
Oh, he's back. And he actually sounded German.
Oh.
Sorry, go on.
All right. 3-1. Bruno's going to score. 25-yard screamer. And I think that I would say I'm going to back Wilson and Isak coming in. Isak scoring the winner. And yeah, that would be fucking buzzing if that happened.
Buzzing wouldn't be the word, mate. Anyway, listen, Ian, I'll drop you a message on Sunday, mate.
Yeah.
See where you're about, and I'll try and meet up with you either before or afterwards.
Sound right. I think we're going in at 12:30. I think
12:30.
Yeah, because it's the corporate, innit? You know.
Oh yes, you're in the shirt and ties, and yeah.
I'm not in the shirt and tie.
No. I couldn't see you in a shirt and tie, to be honest. Well, I'll drop your message anyway, mate. And if not, we'll meet up after the game, because I'm sure you'll be out and about the ground.
Straight out after the game. I'm not pissing around in there.
All right, pal. No worries. I'll catch you at the weekend then.
Nice one. Take it easy.
All right, safe journey down, buddy. See you soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Top man. Right, Jack.
I'm going to go 1-1 in the 90 minutes. And then in extra time, I think we'll nick it 2-1. I'm confident.
Who's going to score?
I'm definitely not saying 3-1 after last time against Liverpool. No, because we know what happened against Liverpool. But
we do.
Who's going to score? The first goal will be, knowing that we start quick, I think Miggy would just pop up with a goal.
Mm-hmm.
He always seems to do that. And then the goal. It could be anyone. And I think I'll go, why not? Maxman goal, why not?
Oh, I like it. Right, thanks for coming on, Jack. Enjoy your shows over the weekend, and hopefully back on next Tuesday celebrating a win.
Hopefully.
All right, man. So. See you soon, mate.
Hi, Jack.
See you.
Take care. Good night. And go and give Jack's channel a follow, Toon TV on YouTube. He's over 1,000 subscribers now, doing really well. So go and drop a follow to Jack. He's a young man trying to make it in the crazy world of YouTube. So go and give him a bit of help, guys. Mate. Stephen, do us a favor. Will you email us the website link, please? The email address is in the description of this show, right at the bottom. If you can just email us the link for the website, just so I know I'm on the right one, mate. Thank you. Right, Mr. Caviani.
I'm going with 1-1. Max is going to score. It's going to go to extra time. It's going to stay 1-1. And Karius is going to carry the cup. We're going to win it on penalties.
I tell you what. Roy, why have you got to do that, man? Seriously.
Well, I'm always wrong anyway.
Commentating on penalties, fucking hell.
Oh, Billy, I feel for you, man. I don't.
I'm bad enough watching them.
It's not going to be one of those 3-4-1 games, so it's just going to be tight. And the first game we played them, was it a couple of months ago? It was 0-0, and they were not on top form then, and we struggled. That's when Ronaldo, Ronaldo's won his last few games. That's before they picked up. So. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, thanks for.
I'm a nervous wreck anyway.
We thank you for making the rest of us nervous now. Thinking about extra time and penalties. I mean, you utter twat.
But we're going to win it, though.
I don't think I could cope. To be honest. Arturo, you do realise you've come in and the show's ending.
Madrid, Liverpool shit.
Yes.
That's enough. Brilliant answer.
Where's Liverpool? Focus.
Yes. You say it how it is, Arturo. Listen.
Yo vivo en Madrid. O sea, mi padre es inglés, mi madre es española. So my dad is from England. So,
right.
You know, I'm a Newcastle fan, and I live in Madrid. It doesn't make no sense, but I love this club. You know, above all.
Well, you support the right club, Arturo, definitely. And what do you think the score is going to be on Sunday?
I think it's going to be like 2-0.
2-0. And who's going to get the goals?
Bruno and Big Joe. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. Right, Arturo, thank you for coming on. Get yourself on next week on the forum, all right? Get yourself on a bit earlier.
Gracias.
Okay.
Gracias.
Gracias. Buenos dias.
Come on.
Well, there you go. That was Arturo calling live from Madrid. Madrid calling. Honestly, sometimes this show is like the Eurovision Song Contest. I mean, we get people from all over the bloody world. It's
I don't know why he told Liverpool to focus, though.
I don't think he did, if I'm honest, Billy. I think he was being, he's a top man, Arturo. He does. He donates a lot to the channel as well. He's a top man, and I hope he gets himself on the forum next week for a bit longer. He started talking Spanish then. I thought, translator, Alex? Please. I do know a little bit of Spanish, but not. Maybe Arturo can teach me Spanish. I'll get in touch with him and say, Arturo, I need a lesson in Spanish. Ronald says a twat is a fish, Paul. I know what a twat is. But there you go. Everybody put in the comments that love Arturo for his 30-second cameo role there. So he's definitely wanted back on the next one. I've completely lost my bearings since I was sort of swung there to ending the show and saying Caviani's a bastard for getting my nerves up now. But what can I say? Well, what I can say is Roy will be back with us on, of course, Friday night for the TTR Cup Final special. And I'm sure he'll have changed his mind by then and say that we will thump them within the 90 minutes because I will message him before the show and make sure that that's what he says.
Do you know what? Because I can't think of anything worse than commenting on penalties with Newcastle United.
Oh, God.
I can't think of anything worse.
Especially against Manchester United, it'd be unbearable. I mean, apparently my seat's very close to the pitch. I don't think I could take it. I think I'd actually run on and punch Bruno Fernandes in the middle of the face.
Yeah, do it.
Well, I'm not going to do it, right? Because I'm with my daughter and I'll end up in prison. And I don't think Susan will be impressed if I ring her saying, me one phone call, I've just knocked out a Man United player. I'm in His Majesty's establishment. But,
There he is.
Yeah. Well, I hope that's what his teeth look like, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, Roy, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you Friday night, dude.
See you Friday night. I hope I'll change my mind.
Absolutely. See you soon, mate.
Night.
There's Roy. Sophia says Arturo became a Toon Review legend in 30 seconds. He did. Focus. I think, Billy, that he was saying some lovely things about Liverpool. Oh, that is fantastic, man. Just came on live from Madrid just to swear his ass off against Liverpool. That's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic. Great show
wow.
tonight, Paul. Brilliant fans form tonight.
Oh,
really
yeah. Really loved it. And thank you to all the guys who've come on the forum tonight. You've been brilliant, but the chat's been brilliant as well. You guys are absolute legends. Absolute legends. If you haven't, don't forget to hit the like button, guys, before you leave the stream. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and come and be part of the Toon Review community. We're heading towards 17,500 now. Climbing all the time, which is down to you guys sharing the channel, word of mouth, that kind of thing. We do have some serious shows. We do like to have a laugh as well, as you well know on this channel, and that's what it's all about for me. And that's what this channel will always be about. We do the serious stuff. We had a very serious interview with Henry Winter this morning. We've talked about the cup final tonight, but we've had a laugh as well. And I think that's what makes it more enjoyable, Billy, when you can have a laugh as well. I just hope we're laughing this time next week and not deflated. But look, at the end of the day, all I want is for the lads to go out and give it their all. And if their all isn't good enough, then it's not good enough. But if you just never know. But we've got more build up on the channel, guys, between now and obviously the weekend. We will have another show tomorrow night. I don't know what we'll be talking about. Probably the final again. Let's be honest. It's a build up to a cup final, which we've never had for so long. Social media wasn't around last time Newcastle were in the cup final, to be honest. So it is going to be a build up. Thursday night we will do the match preview, the proper match preview with me, Billy, and Alex. We will be a bit more serious about the match then and predicted lineups, injuries, and things like that. Friday will be TTR Cup Final special. That will be a laugh because it'll be Cup Final weekend has started on Friday night with TTR Friday. So we're going to have a real good laugh with that, as well as the quiz. And hopefully many people get themselves on. The viewers are struggling, Billy. They're struggling, aren't they? They can't get one over the hosts at the moment.
So one did last week, of course, but he was very clever. Scott, he answered 2 fantastic questions.
Sorry, you were the only one that lost last week, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
I was. And fair play to Scott. He was super. Probably the best.
He was actually
probably the best person we've had on answering questions.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Roy's just put in the chat that he actually had hair in 1999. Guys, you don't want to see that. Honestly, you wouldn't recognize the man. He spent most of his nights drunk in Crocodillo's nightclub in Chesley Street. Did Roy. But listen, guys, thank you for watching tonight. Really enjoyed that. We will be back tomorrow. If there's any news, I will do a video as well. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you again for your feedback on the interview with Henry Winter earlier on today. If you haven't seen it, it's on the channel now. You can go and watch it. It will be up as a podcast in about an hour's time as well. If you want it for a podcast in the morning or driving to work or walking the dog or whatever. But thank you so much, guys. Love yous all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Oh, by the way, before I go, I better thank the mods, Billy. I keep forgetting about mods. Brilliant again through both shows. So thank you very much. We love yous. Right. Good night.
Away the lads and lasses and mods and modesses.